Chapter 8, Units and Measurements. There we go. Okay, so we want to choose the unit and measurement. A lot of these problems in here, you'll want to have a resource table or lookup table printed out for us. So we want to go from centimeters to meters. We realize there's 100 centimeters and 1 meter. For feet to inches, so 1 foot is 12 inches. Alright, number 3, we are going to go from inches to millimeters. In this case, we have 1 inch is 25.4 millimeters. Also know that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Number 4, 1 kilogram, 2.025 pounds. Okay, so for our feet to inches, the way that I like to set this up is I will start off with my units, so 1.5 feet, and then my conversion factor, I'm just writing these as like fractions. I know that 1 foot is 12 inches, and so here we can see that these units will cancel out, and then I can multiply across and get my value. So if I do 1.5 times 12, I get 18 inches for my result. Okay, so with our pounds, we got 2.5 pounds, and 1 pound is 16 ounces. Our units will cancel, and so I can take 2.5 times 16, and we'll get 40 ounces. Okay, on here our feet squared, 2.25 feet squared, and we know that 1 foot is 12 inches, and we can do 1 foot, it's 12 inch. Our feet squared cancel, and here we'll be left with inches squared, so we can take 2.25 times 12 times 12, and we get 324 square inches. Okay, we have 35 centimeters. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So our units cancel off, and we get 350 millimeters. Alright, 775 milliliters. And we know that in 1 liter there is 1,000 milliliters. But we want to convert the other way, so we're going to flip that fraction. So 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So we can cancel off the milliliters, and we can take 775 times 1 divided by 1,000, and we get 0.775 liters. So if we have 5 pounds, know that 1 pound, or sorry, not 1 pound, 2 0.205 pounds is 1 kilogram. We can cancel our units. We can take 5 times 1 divided by 2.205, and we get 2.267 and more. We're going to round to the nearest tenth, so we can get 2.3 for our kilograms. Okay, we have 0.065 kiloamps, and 1 kiloamp is 1,000 amps. Those cancel, so we can take 0.065 times 1,000, and we get 65 for our value. Similar with the kilovolts, so we've got 13.87 kilovolts, and 1 kilovolt is 1,000 volts. Notice our units here cancel out, and we can take 13.87 times 1,000 divided by 1 gets us 13870 volts. Okay, for number 13, we've got 40.25 megavolts. 1 megavolt is 10 to the 6th volts. 1 volt is, 1,000 volts is 1 kilovolt. So we're going to cancel out our megavolts, cancel out our regular volts, and this gets our factor here. So we can take 40.25 times 10 to the 6th times 1 divided by 1,000. And we get 40250 kilovolts. So on this one, we'll have to bring up our conversion factor. So in this case, we can say that 1 fluid ounce is equal to 29.5735 milliliters. So we can do 5 FL ounces, and 1 FL ounce is 29.5735 milliliters. We can cancel our units. We take 5 times 29.5735 divided by 1, and we get 147.9 when we round it for our milliliters. Okay, 32.5 feet squared. We can go from foot to inches. and we're going square feet, so we can go from, once again, foot to inches. So let's get us into square inches. And then we can go from inch to centimeter. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. 1 inch, 2.54 centimeters. And then 100 centimeters is 1 meter. 100 centimeters is 1 meter. So on this feet cancel out our square foot. Inch cancel out. Centimeter, and then meter gets us square meters. So on our calculator, we're just going to multiply through 32.5 times 12 times 12 times 2.54 times 2.54 times 1 divided by 100 divided by 100. And we get 3.019348 meters squared, nearest tenth, so we can say 3.0. Alright, number 16, we've got feet cubed to centimeter cubed, so we can go from 0.45 feet cubed. 1 foot is 12 inches, and since we're doing this 3 times, we can cube those to get us to cubed inches. Then we can say that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, and since we're doing it 3 times, we can cube it, and that will get us to our units of feet cubed, inches to inches cubed, leaving us centimeters cubed. So on our calculator, we can do 0.45 times 12 cubed times 2.54 cubed. And for our final value, we're getting 1274 2.58 097, nearest tenth, so we're going to go up, 1274 2.6 centimeters cubed. Okay, for number 17, we need to make sure we have the conversion factor inch to mils. And so just realize 1 inch is 1,000 mils. So we can say 4.75 inches. 1 inch is 1,000 mils. Notice our inches cancel, and we'll multiply it by 1,000. So 4.75 times 1,000. We get 4750. Nearest tenth is 0.0 for our value. Number 18, mils to inches. So we're 2,575 mils 1,000 mils is 1 inch. Our mils cancel, and so we take 2,575 divided by 1,000, and we get 2.575 inches. Okay, we've got 6.25 milliamps. 1,000 milliamps is equal to 1 amp. And then 1 amp is 10 to the 6th microamps. So here we can cancel amps, milliamps, and we can take 6.25 times 10 to the 6th and then divide it by 1,000. And we get 625 or 6,250 microamps. Okay, mega ohms, so 0.095 mega ohms. 1 mega ohm is 10 to the 6th regular ohms. We can cancel our units here. We can take 0.095 times 10 to the 6th. And we get 95000 ohms. All right, problem 21. We have an issue here. We are cutting a long wire. It's 10.814 meters long, and we're cutting it into 8 pieces. And one difference here is that every time we cut it, it's like we're using a grinding wheel or something that creates a kerf that's 2 millimeters wide. So with each cut, we're going to lose those pieces. So visually, we could imagine, you know, if we have one piece of wire, if we cut it into 2 pieces, we've made 1 cut. And it's 2 pieces. If we cut it into 4 pieces, we've made 1, 2, 3 cuts. So the number of cuts is going to be 1 less than the number of pieces. So we can take our 10.814 meters, and we can subtract the amount, the 2 millimeter kerf, and that value we'll put here in just a second. And we're going to multiply that by the number of pieces minus 1. So we need to convert our 2 millimeters into meters so we can do the subtraction. We know that there are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. If we cancel those out, that gets us a value of 2 divided by 1,000. And so we get a value of 0.002 meters. So 0.002. And we're going to divide that whole thing by 8 to get our individual piece size. So on our calculator for our numerator, we can do 10.814 minus 0.002 times 8 minus 1, and divide that all by the number 8. And we can get 1.35 meters for the length of each piece. Problem number 22 says that we're using the same value, but now we want it in centimeters. So we can convert that 1.35 meters. We can say in 1 meter there is 100 centimeters, and if we multiply that through, we get 135 centimeters. On number 23, we have a certain aluminum that weighs so many pounds per foot. So we're going to start off with the 2.37 pounds per 1,000 feet. And we want to figure out, well, if we have 45.75 yards, how much is that going to weigh? So from here, that's over 1, we're going to say in 1 yard, there are 3 feet. And so notice here our yards will cancel, our feet will cancel, and we're left just with pounds. So for our calculation, we can take 2.37 times 45.75 times 3 divided by 1,000. And we get a value of 0.3252825 pounds. And in this case, it's not telling us to round it all, so we're going to use the full precision on our calculator with that. The next problem, number 24, asks us what is the weight in ounces and then round it to the nearest tenth. So if we're going to use this other value, that 0.3252825 pounds, we know that in 1 pound there is 16 ounces. And so we can multiply our number by 16 and we get 5.20452, and our nearest tenth gets us to 5.2 ounces. Okay, number 25. So we have a certain amount of miles of high voltage transmission line. We want to convert the distance to kilometers. So real quickly, let's bring up our conversion. So from our web, we can say that 1 mile is equal to 1.609344 kilometers. So we'll start with our 157,000 miles. And we know that 1 mile is 1.609344. And we can convert, that is kilometers. So notice our units for miles cancel out. And we can take 157,000 times 1.609344. And we get a grand total of 252,667.008. And our rounding on it doesn't tell us. That's kilometers. So we're going to leave it at that precision for our page. Problem number 26 tells us that we want to convert kilovolts to volts. So 230 kilovolt. We know in 1 kilovolt there is 1,000 volts. Our units cancel and we get 230,123 volts. '27, we have a 100-meter reel of Ethernet cable. It weighs 25 pounds. What is the length in feet? So we're going to go 100 meters, we can say that in 1 meter there is 100 centimeters. 1 centimeter, I'll take that back. Let's say 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then we know that 12 inches is 1 foot. So meters cancel, centimeters cancel, inches cancel, we're into feet, and we can calculate that. So we have 100 times 100 divided by 2.54 divided by 12. And our value that we get is 328.0839895, and this is feet. We could round that to 328.084 feet if we round to 3 decimal places. Okay, lastly we want to find the weight in kilograms. So if we're 25 pounds, we know that 1 kilogram is 2.2. Oh, let's bring up that again. So 1 kilogram is 2.204622 pounds. 2.20462262 pounds. Notice our units pounds cancel out. We can take 25 divided by 2.20462262, and we get 11.33980926 kilograms, and we're going to round that to 4 decimal places. So 11.3398 kilograms. That is the end of chapter 8.